Hello guys. So today we are going to study about the loops. What are loops in Java? Loops in Java are the fundamental programming construct that allow you to execute a block of code repeatedly until a certain condition is met. This is particularly useful for automating repetitive tasks, processing collections of data like arrays, and implementing algorithms effectively. There are mainly three types of loops in Java. For loop, this loop is typically used when you know the exact number of times you want to iterate beforehand. It provides a concise way to initialize a loop counter, define the loop condition, and increment-decrement the counter after each iteration. While loop, this loop is more flexible and continues to execute the code block as long as a specific conditions remain true. It's useful when you don't know the exact number of iterations in advance. Do while loop. This loop guarantees that the code block gets executed at least once. Even if the condition initially evaluates to false, then it follows the same logic as while loop continuing execution as long as the condition is true. By understanding these different loop types and their appropriate use cases, you can write efficient and maintainable Java programs. So here loops are basically used to repeat the statements. There are three types: while loop, for loop, and do while loop. This is the syntax for while loop where we have while keyword and here we have conditions. This is some line of code. It is being to in this braces. And suppose we want to print the hello world 100 times, so we can write using the while loop. We'll see that later. This is the syntax for loop where we have for the keyword. Here we initialize and then we have condition and then we have updation like increment or decrement, and this is a line of code to do something. This is a do while loop syntax where we have do while loop like do something and then while we have condition. First do the work, then check the condition. This line will execute every time even if the condition is false or true. Then we have break statement which is used to exit the loop, and the continue statement which is used to skip the iterations. Now we are moving forward to see the code. If you want to skip, you can skip this part. So code basically we are going to see like how to print the hello world 100 times. Here we have counter 0 and it will go till the counter is less than 100. It will print this line and we will increase the counter. This is mandatory, otherwise your code will go to infinite loop. And then we are writing printed hello world 100 times. Now we need to print the number from 1 to 10 using while loop. So initialize number is equal to 1 while number less than equal to 10, print the number and increment the number. Print number from 1 to n. User will give the number n. So we are asking enter the number, initializing the number from 1. This is used to take the number as an input. So we are taking it in the range variable. So when the number is less than equal to range, it will print the number and we are incrementing the number. Now we are seeing the code of print the sum of first and natural number. User will enter a number, we will read it, and we have some variable which we have initialized to 0. So when the number is less than the target number which user has input, so we will add it to the sum and we will keep incrementing the number and we will add it, and finally we'll print the sum of first and natural number is n. Then we have this for loop syntax where we are printing number 1 to 10. This we are printing the square pattern like using for loop. Here we have initialize, this we are initializing, this is the condition, this is the updation. So we are initializing from 1 to 4 and we are printing this star pattern, so it will print 4 times like a square box. Now we are printing the reverse of a number. So to calculate the reverse, first thing is we need to have the last digit. To have that, we will divide the number by 10, so remainder will be the last digit, and then we need to remove the last digit. So for that we will divide the number, so quotient will be the last digit. First, and there are only two things to remember here. We need to have the last digit which is by number remainder 10 and remove the last digit, then number divide by 10. So we have this number, we are printing the original number for reverse. After reverse, what we are doing, while reverse is greater than 0, we are calculating the last digit by reverse modulus 10, it will give the last digit of this like 9, and then we are printing it. Here we don't have println, we have only print. Then we are doing the reverse. Reverse is equal to reverse divided by 10. So it will give the number except the last digit. So we are able to remove the last digit. Here we are getting the last digit and printing it and then removing it. So we will get the number one by one and we will keep printing it. So it will reverse the number. Okay. And now reverse the given number. Now we are reversing the same number. For that, what we have to remember, reverse is equal to reverse into 10 plus last digit. First, initially it will be a new reverse variable which will be 0 into 10 plus last digit, and then um, a 9 into 10 means 19 to 10 into Laplace last digit, like that. Okay, so this is the same code like previous. Now let's come to the do while loop syntax. Here we have, suppose counter 1, we are printing something, hello world, and we are incrementing this counter till the condition is true. Condition is in the end. So first time it will print it and then it will increment 2, it will check the condition, it will print, then it will increment 3, check the condition, print, until unless it will reach to 11 it will print. Here we have break statement which we have studied, it is used to exit the loop. So we are printing number from 1 to 5. If it will reach 3 then it will print, it will break. So it will print only 1 2 3. It will print only 1 2 because we have this line after the condition. So I am out of the loop, break. Keep enter number till the user enter a multiple of 10. So we have used the do while loop. We are taking a number as an input. If it is multiple of 10, we are breaking it. Otherwise, we are printing it. So it will be condition will be true every time until and unless user will print a number that is multiple of 10. Means only this line will break the condition. Similarly, we have continue. Continue is used to skip the loop. So we are printing number from 1 to 5. If it will is 3 or it will found 3, it will skip it. Otherwise, it will print all the numbers. Then we have display all the numbers entered by user except multiple of 10. It is same like above. We are taking the number as an input. So here we have taken like if user will type -1, then it will break. Otherwise, if it will be divisible by 10, like 10 20 100 or anything, then it will skip that. It will not break, it will just skip it, and otherwise it will print the number until and unless user will enter the -1. It will keep asking the number and keep printing it. Then we have checked the number is prime or not. So we have this prime numbers 2 3 5 7, which is divisible by 1 or their on numbers, like 2 will be divisible by either 2 or 1, like that. Check the maximum multiple, it should be only 2, 1 into n or n into 1. Check multiple till half of the number. We are doing the factor of two, first factor of 2 multiplication, n is equal to n to b. Here a will be either 1 or n. Need to find the multiple from 0 to n minus 1. Means it should not be divisible by it should be divisible by only 1 or the number itself, which is like the last. So we are taking from, we are skipping the 1 and we are skipping the number itself. And here we are taking the number, and then if it is true 2, it is a prime number. This is thing you need to remember. If the number is 2, it is prime. Then we are checking the number from 2 to half of the number. Half of the number how? By doing the square root. If number is divisible by any number which comes between 2 and half of the number, then we are making the condition as false, means it is not a prime number. Otherwise condition will be true. So we are printing it true and then it is a prime. Initially we have initialized a boolean variable which we are setting is prime to true. If the number is divisible by any number between 2 and the half of the number, then we are changing this true to false. That means it is not a prime, otherwise it is a prime. Let's see the code once. Okay, let me run it. Okay, so initially we are printing hello world 100 times, then we are printing number from 1 to 10, then we are asking a number to print the number till n. Suppose I have written here 4, so it will print 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we are asking a number to sum of first and natural number. Suppose I am writing 5, so it will print the sum of first 5 numbers, which is 15. And then we have this for loop code, which will print for numbers 1 to 10 using for loop. And then we are printing the square pattern. This is the square pattern using for loop. And then we are reversing the number. This is the original number, and this is the code to reverse the number. Okay. Then we have this do while loop code to print the hello world 10 times. And then we have this break code. Here we are printing 1 to 5. It will found 3. It will break. So it has found 3. So it has break. I am out of the loop break. So it has printed only two numbers. Then we have the code of enter a number. If it is multiple of 10, it will break. So we are entering 1. It is not breaking. 2, not breaking. 5, not breaking. 10, it break. Okay. Then we are printing the continue. We have code. If we are printing number 1 to 5, it will, if it will found 3, it will continue. Means it will skip. So it will print only 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay. Then we have this code in which we are print asking the number. If it is divisible by 10, it will skip. So it will print 1, 2. If you write 10, it will skip. It will not print it again. And if you write 100, it will not print. If you write 5, it will print like that. If you write -1, it will terminate. Okay. Then we have checked the number is prime or not. So we are going from 2 to the half of the number. And if it is divisible, means if it is remainder is 0, then mean it is not prime, otherwise it is prime. Like if you type 5, which is a prime number. Okay. Thank you.